volume of a gas, the mass is 0.368 gram, is 300 milliliter at STP. STP 0.368 gram eta gas ase, tar volume to 300 ml boli dia ase. We have to find out what is the molecular weight of the gas. So how will you calculate it? So from the given volume of the gas, we are going to find the number of moles of the gas. Okay, so how will we find it out? So we will find it out using the molar volume of the gas. Volume of 1 mole of a gas at STP is called the molar volume of a gas. At a gas or 8 molar volume kiman hobo, that is called molar volume of the gas at STP, and it is 22.4 liter. So 8 mole gas or volume jodi 22.4 liter hoy, tetia hole 300 ml gasot kiman number of moles thakibo. So number of moles equals to 300 into 10 to the power minus 3 liter by 22.4 liter. So this is the number of moles of the gas that is given to you. So 300 ml to the gas no, that number of moles iman hobo, liter per mole. So liter cancel and we will get moles. So we are asked to find molar mass. So number of moles equals to given mass, number of moles equals to given mass by molar mass. Number of moles equals to given mass by molar mass. The given mass is 0.368 gram. The molar mass has to be calculated, and the number of moles is 300 into 10 to the power minus 3, that is 0.3 by 22.4. So if we solve for m now, we will get m equals to 27.5 gram. So this is the molecular weight of the gas at STP. So we have calculated the molecular weight of the gas from the volume of the gas using the mole concept. In the second question, there are two gases, gas A and gas B. The density, so rho is the density. The density of gas A is twice the density of gas B. Molecular mass of gas A is half of the molecular mass of gas B. So we have to find out what is the ratio of their partial pressures. Density ratio to dia ase, molecular mass ratio to dia ase, partial pressure ratio to ki uliabo lage. So how will we find out? We will use the ideal gas equation. PV equals to nRT. So number of moles, n is the number of moles, n is the ratio of given mass by molar mass. So we will bring the molar mass into the left hand side. Pm equals to small m by capital B RT. So given mass by volume is the density, mass per unit volume is the density. So we get Pm equals to rho RT. So P equals to rho RT by m. That means pressure is directly proportional to, or the partial pressure is directly proportional to rho by m. So we can write PA by PB equals to rho A by rho B into MB by MA. So since M is inversely proportional to P, so this rho A by rho B comes out to be 2. If I find out rho A by rho B, it comes out to be 4, and MB by MA comes out to be, rho A by rho B comes out to be 2, and MB by MA comes out to be 2. So we get PA by PB equals to 4:1. So the partial pressure of A to the partial pressure of B comes out to be 4:1. So in the third question, there are two gases, gas A and gas B. So what are the gases doing? There is a V volume of both gases. So duita gasor volume eke, same volume of both the gases is diffusing through a particular area. Duita gas or same volume loisu, same volume of different gases are diffusing through the same area. Okay, and the time taken by gas A to diffuse is 20 seconds. The time taken by gas B to diffuse is 10 seconds. So what is diffusion? Diffusion is the movement of molecules from a region of high concentration to a region of low concentration. Okay, so what is the difference between diffusion and osmosis? So there is no membrane in diffusion. There is no membrane concept when we consider diffusion. So time taken by A is 20 seconds, time taken by B is 10 seconds. The molecular weight of A is 49 U. So we have to find the molecular weight of B. So the rate of diffusion is given by volume of gas diffused by time. So since same volume of the gases are getting diffused, so this B is constant, and we can write R is inversely proportional to T. So if I find out rate of diffusion of A by rate of diffusion of B will be equal to time of diffusion of B by time of diffusion of A. So time of diffusion of B is 10 seconds, time of diffusion of A is 20 seconds, and this ratio comes out to be 1/2. Now what we have to find out? We have to find out the molecular weight of B. So according to Graham's law, rate of diffusion is inversely proportional to the square root of the density, and we can also write it as rate of diffusion is inversely proportional to the square root of the molecular weight. Rate of diffusion of a gas is inversely proportional to the square root of the molecular weight. So that means RA by RB equals to square root MB by MA. Rate of diffusion is inversely proportional to the square root of the molecular weight. So rate of diffusion of A by rate of diffusion of B we already calculated as 1:2, and we need to find MB. So root over MB. So mass of A is 49 U. So we get MB equals to 49 into 1/4. So MB comes out to be 49 into 1/4 equals to 12.125 grams. So in this way we can use Graham's law to calculate the molecular weight from the time of diffusion. In question number 4, 3.2 grams of methane and 4.4 grams of carbon dioxide are taken together in a 9 decimeter cube vessel. So the volume of the vessel is 9 decimeter cube, or 9 decimeter cube is equal to 9 liter. That means liter and decimeter cube are same. So what you are asked to find is, you are asked to find the total pressure exerted by the gaseous mixture. Okay, so the total pressure we will find out using the Dalton's law of partial pressure. So Dalton's law of partial pressures tells that if I have a gaseous mixture, then the total pressure exerted by the gaseous mixture is the sum of the pressure exerted by the individual gases. So individually gas gita jiman pressure exert koribo ekita plus kori dile moi total pressure to pai jam. So for that, for finding the partial pressures of methane and carbon dioxide, we will use the ideal gas equation. So partial pressure of CH4 equals to number of moles of CH4 into RT by V. So the number of moles of CH4 is given mass of CH4 3.2 gram by molecular weight of CH4, which is 16 gram per mole. That is the molar mass of the gas into RT. So since volume is in liter, so the value of R will be 0.0821. The unit will be liter ATM per mole per Kelvin. So the value of R will be 0.0821 liter ATM per mole per Kelvin. The temperature is 27 degrees Celsius or 300 Kelvin. The volume is given by 9 liter. So if we find it out, the pressure comes out to be 0.55 atm. The pressure comes out to be 0.55 atm. Similarly, we find the partial pressure for CO2, number of moles of CO2 into RT by V. So if we do it like this, we get the partial pressure of CO2 as 0.27 atm. And now if we want to find the total pressure, we are going to add the partial pressure of CH4 and partial pressure of CO2. That is 0.55 plus 0.27 atm. That is the total pressure. If we add total pressure is P total equals to 0.55 atm plus 0.27 atm, which comes out to be 0.82. So this is the total pressure of the mixture, which we calculated using the Dalton's law. In question number 5, you are asked to tell in which of the following we will get dipole-induced dipole interactions. Okay. So, in first option, if I consider water and alcohol, water is a polar molecule, alcohol is also a polar molecule. That means in between water and alcohol, we will get dipole-dipole interactions. So here we will have dipole-dipole interactions. Why? Because these are polar, and to be more specific, that particular dipole-dipole interaction that will be present between alcohol and water is hydrogen bonding. If I consider Cl2 and CCl4, so Cl2 is a non-polar molecule, CCl4 is also a non-polar molecule. Please remember that between two non-polar molecules there can be only one interaction force, that is London force. So London forces are present between two non-polar molecules. If I consider SiF4, it is non-polar, helium is also non-polar. That means in between these two we will again have London forces. Now if I consider HCl and helium atoms, between HCl and helium atoms we will get dipole-induced dipole interaction. So between HCl and helium we will get dipole-induced dipole interactions. So what is dipole-induced dipole interaction? Suppose I have a dipole, here Cl is delta negative, hydrogen is delta positive. Okay, so what I do is I bring a non-polar molecule here. What I do is I bring a non-polar molecule here. So when these two come closer, the higher electron density in chlorine will repel the electron density that is nearby chlorine, so that these electrons shift in the opposite direction. As a result of this, এইটো সাইডে electron density কমি গুছি যাব. Here we will have delta positive, here we will have এফালে electron density বাহি গুছি যাব, here we will have delta negative. So this is a dipole. এইটো এটা dipole হয়. এইটো dipole নাছিলে কিন্তু এটা dipole হৈ গল. Partial dipole হৈ গল এটা. So this molecule has induced a dipole here. এই molecule to ইয়াত dipole বনাই দিলে. That is why dipole and induced dipole. This is a dipole induced by this molecule, and between this delta negative and delta positive we will have some interaction which is called dipole induced dipole interaction. It is given that in order to increase the volume of a gas by 10%, in order to increase the volume of a gas by 10%, the pressure of the gas should be, so what should be done with the pressure so as to increase the volume of a gas by 10%? So that means del V by V into 100 equals to 10%. So what should be done with the pressure so as to increase the volume of a gas by 10%? আমি প্ৰেছাৰটোৰ লগত কি কৰো যাতে নেকি গেছৰ ভলিউমটো 10% বাঢ়ি যায়. Okay, so from the Boyle's law, pressure is inversely proportional to volume. So when we talk about Boyle's law, pressure is inversely proportional to volume when temperature is constant. If temperature to constant থাকে তেতিয়া pressure or volume inversely proportional হয়. So if this is the case, then we can write del P by P into 100 equals to minus of del V by V into 100. So del P by P into 100 equals to minus of del V by V into 100%. Why? Because pressure যদি positively বাঢ়ে volume কমি যাব. That means negative charge shows decrease. Okay, del P is positive, that means pressure বাঢ়িছে. Del V is negative, that means volume কমিছে. Pressure বাঢ়িলে volume কমিব, volume বাঢ়িলে pressure কমিব. Now ইয়াত কি দিয়া আছে আমাৰ del V by V into 100 equals to 10%. Okay, so যদি মই 10% volume, or I can write it like this, minus del P by P equals to del V by V. Okay, so if now as per this relation, if I increase the volume by 10%, then I have to decrease the pressure by 10%. যদি মই ভলিউমটো 10% বঢ়াব যাওঁ তেতিয়া মই প্ৰেছাৰটো 10% কমাব লাগিব. So that is the answer. To increase the volume of a gas by 10%, we need to decrease the pressure by 10%. So here we have used volume. Here we have used Boyle's law, and we have used the concept of errors. So if P is inversely proportional to V, then del P by P equals to minus del V by V, or del V by V equals to minus del P by P. The seventh question, there are two molecules. One is the hydrogen molecule and one is a hydrocarbon molecule. So it is given that the rate of diffusion of hydrogen gas is 3√3 times the rate of diffusion of a hydrocarbon. Hydrogen or diffusion rate to hydrocarbon or diffusion rate or 3√3 times this. If the hydrocarbon is CnH twice n minus 2, then what is the value of n? So you are asked to find out the value of n if the rate of diffusion of hydrogen is 3√3 times the rate of diffusion of the hydrocarbon. Okay, so from the Graham's law of diffusion, we have rate of diffusion is inversely proportional to the square root of the molecular mass. So rate of diffusion inversely proportional to molecular mass or square root of law. That means if I write rate of diffusion of hydrogen by rate of diffusion of hydrocarbon equals to square root of molecular weight of hydrocarbon by molecular weight of hydrogen. So rate of diffusion of hydrogen by hydrocarbon is, so rate of diffusion of hydrogen by rate of diffusion of hydrocarbon is 3√3, and this is equal to square root of molecular weight of hydrocarbon by molecular weight of hydrogen is 2. So we get molecular weight of hydrocarbon equals to, so 3√3 whole square is 27 into 2 equals to 54. So the molecular weight of the hydrocarbon is 54U. So now what we have to find is, we have to find the value of n. So if the hydrocarbon is CnH twice n minus 2, then the molecular weight is given by 12 into n, because the atomic weight of carbon is 12, so there are n carbon atoms, plus twice n minus 2 into 1. So 1 is the molecular weight of, 1 is the atomic weight of hydrogen atom. So it is equal to 54. So we calculated the molecular weight right now. So 12n plus 2n is 14n, and if we bring the minus 2 here, it becomes 56. So N equals to 4. So the hydrocarbon is C4H6. So this is the hydrocarbon C4H6. So we have found it out using the relative rate of diffusion with respect to hydrogen gas.